I've been here. But I had a great time with my friend that is in town, which is so amazing. If you guys, hi Mary, thank you for being here. How are you feeling today? If you guys could hit the like button and drop a comment so I know who's here. Let me know how you guys are doing today. It's been a few days since I've talked to you guys. Hi, Donna Marie. Let me know how you're doing today. I've noticed a headache every day, but all of the other symptoms are definitely starting to smooth out, which is very nice. Can you guys hit the like button and throw a comment in so I can say hi? And just gonna give it a minute. My weekend was awesome. Thank you, Donna Marie. My best friend of 20 years is in town, and I am so excited. I had the best time with her this weekend. I felt pretty good. I felt, you know, I felt decent. Like I felt as decent as you can get. So, but I was able to, you know, we ordered in and we just hung out, and it was so nice. How are you guys doing? Hi, Iris. Can you guys hit the like button and thank you, Donna Marie. Yeah, it was really nice. It felt, I've been having a headache, so I had to take some Motrin, but for the most part, I really feel like I'm starting to see the progress, which is extremely, I'm holding on to that I'm starting to feel the progress. It is so unbelievably slow, but I'm starting to see it, feel it, which is really nice. I still am getting these headaches every day and some muscle jerks and, you know, the hot sweats, but nothing I can't get through. I'm okay having a headache, and now my wisdom tooth is coming in. Oh, if you're gonna get your wisdom teeth out, Iris, have them put you under. I was put under, and they removed all four, and it was easy peasy. So probably get those wisdom teeth out, because those can be a pain in the butt. Oh, that's wonderful. Gives me hope. Thank you, Donna Marie. Yeah, it's just, it really feels like you're not making progress, but documenting everything like throughout the past 3 months, um, documenting everything is what makes me look back and see that week bad, this week good, that week bad. And so it really helps knowing where I am in the process. But so my friend has some stuff going on today, so I'm just resting, and then my husband comes back. So it's awesome. Hello. You're out of town. Why are you on here? Usually it takes like 10 minutes before people start piling in. It's so funny because like at the 20-minute mark, I see like it flood in. So I don't know if it just like hits at a certain time and people just start coming in, or like how it YouTube does it. How are you feeling, Donna? Mary? I hope you guys are doing better. So we did like movies and dinner, and it's funny because her son plays with my son. Their daughter, that's my daughter's age, she didn't come. So, but for the most part, like the kids just played. It was so wonderful. You started a garden, Mary? How's that going? How are you feeling doing that? Donna Marie, not great. Oh, I'm so sorry. Viperiz. Hi, Viperiz. Hope I say that correctly. I hope I'm saying that correctly. The important people are already here. Yeah, you, Tofu. And you hurt your back. Don't you hate it when things pile on? Like, you already feel like this, and then you get this, and then that, and you're just like, I don't want to deal with anymore. You have a moderator. Yeah, the moderator is my husband, which he can do it from time to time, but he works, so he can do it from time to time. It just depends. But yeah, the moderator is my husband. How come benzo withdrawals takes months and alcohol usually takes weeks when they both work on the GABA? You know what? So I was talking to my best friend who's an anesthesiology nurse. She graduated like with A's. She graduated, I think, at like a 4.0 or something. Anesthesiology nurse. So I was talking to her about it, and she doesn't understand that either. If they're working on the GABA receptors, the only thing she could think of was being a benzo, there has to be something else in it. There has to be some sort of other medication that is causing it to act on more than just the GABA. Because the symptoms are so long, it's got to be multiple things. The other thing is I told her, like, when I was on gabapentin, that, it suppresses the GABA, and then she told me that's actually incorrect. Gabapentin, the only people think it works on the GABA because of the name, gabapentin. But she said it works on the calcium channels in your nervous system for pain. And then she even researched it even further. And she said, yeah, it does not work on the GABA receptors at all. It goes through the calcium channels for nerve pain. So she said, as long as you take it once in a while, like 3 days on, 4 days off type thing, you're not hurting your progress from your withdrawal, because it does not act on the same channels as what is trying to come back. And so she knew that, but then I was like, are you sure? So then she researched it and was like, yeah, see, this is what, because she just graduated school like a year ago, 2 years ago, something like that. So it's like all fresh in her mind. So for anybody out there, I thought it acted on the same place in your body that we're trying to heal, and it doesn't. It acts as a completely different channel. So if any of you ever had a question about that, because I had a question on that. So yeah, she said that probably the benzos have extra stuff in them than just alcohol. Alcohol does the GABA, that's it. The benzo just wrecks you. Maybe the alcohol works on the GABA, but the benzo works on the GABA and the nervous system. Something like that. It does more. Hi, James. Oh, how nice. Welcome, husband. Yeah, it's sweet that he does this. Are you single? I am not. My husband's actually the moderator on here. I've been with him for 19 years. No, she's not, James. Yeah, not a dating channel. I appreciate the compliment, but that's not at all what I'm trying to do. Yes, my sister-in-law asked my husband, why is he tapering so long? It made me look bad. Oh, I really feel like if you want to ask the question, why is it taking so long? I kind of started I don't have to tell people this, like, do your own research, but I tell my husband, like, this is taking so long, I'm so frustrated, and then he says, be patient, it'll happen, it's happening, like, you just have to go with it. So it really sucks that people can say, why is it taking so long? They kind of make it out to be like you're not making it up, but making it seem like a bigger deal than it is. And that really sucks. But hopefully you have a significant other that is, you know, really, like, understands what you're going through and is there to be like, the process just takes a while. It's a process. Thank you, Vipras. Yeah, I asked her a lot of stuff. I picked her brain because she is really good at what she does. She's one of those people that not only in school when they tell you to do something and they just say 2 plus 2 is 4. She won't just go, oh, it's 4? Okay. She'll be like, well, why? Well, you know, and she'll investigate. She's very, she's super smart, and she's just really, wants to know how it works and why it does and all of that. So she definitely was the person that I went to asking these questions to. Great explanation. Thank you, Donna Marie. Thank you. Benzo withdrawal include rebuilding your nervous system. Way more involved, unfortunately. Yeah, I think the nervous system thing is what it does. Yes, no, my husband, thank God he realizes. Good. I'm so glad. How are you doing? I'm doing okay, Tim. Thank you. I was decent this weekend, which was really nice. How are you doing? Your husband sounds amazing. You're a lucky woman. You know, just depends. It depends on the day. My doctor said if I wanted to get my dosage down from 6 milligrams of Ativan a day down to 3 milligrams of Ativan a day, it would take about a year. I told him, no thanks. I'm just going to have to take the 6 milligrams of Ativan for the rest of my life. Yeah, I've seen so many people that the thought of having to taper like that for years, some people are like, okay, let's do it. And some people are like, no, thank you. I can't. So I respect everybody's decision who wants to taper, who doesn't. It's just not everybody can actually taper if they, you know, live alone and work a lot, have, you know, just different situations in life. Sometimes you just can't feel like that for a long time. Rest of my life, I can't tolerate the withdrawals. Yeah. The withdrawals, it's just such a mind trip too. Like, it's not even just the withdrawals. Like, a lot of my problems were like mental, feeling really, really, really sad, really sad. Like those things. So the physical is awful, but the mental is really, really awful too. I'm blessed like Aaron. Thank you, Donna Marie. You like my hoodie? Thank you. My husband got it for me. Dr. Pepper. It's funny because we watch, not Blind at First Sight. It's where they get married, Married at First Sight. And we watched that show, and one of the doctors is Dr. Pepper. Her last name is Pepper, and she's a doctor, so Dr. Pepper. And I'm like, I need to be a doctor just so I can be called Dr. Pepper. I'm going to change my last name and get... Anyway, so it's a big old joke because Dr. Pepper is my favorite drink ever. Although I haven't drank it in 3 months because of the caffeine. Are you guys, do you guys feel the same way with the caffeine? Are you having a hard time with caffeine too? I have to drink decaf coffee like every other day. Hi, Tara. How are you doing? I was prescribed 0.5 milligrams of Xanax per day for social anxiety. Super scared to take it. Should I forget about them? So I'm not a doctor. I just want to say I'm not a doctor, and I'm not giving medical advice. However, if I were you, knowing what I know now, I would absolutely not take them. That's just my advice. And I know some people might disagree, but the reason why I would not take them is because if there's another avenue, like therapy, or if there's any other avenue that might help you be able to get better at that situation, I would try that before you try medication, because as soon as you try medication, it kind of feels like you're stuck. You're locked in. And I was talking to my friend who has had her share of coming off of medications. And I said, I just wish I could go back in time and never have started taking it. And she's like, me too. Me too. Because she's kind of has had that vicious cycle of tapering and coming off and having to supplement medications with another one to help with this one. And um, it is a vicious cycle once you start getting dependent on them. So the one thing that I take away from this is I'm getting down my medications. I went from 3 medications to 1. And then I'm going to get rid of that one after I'm totally fine. So what my advice is, or what I would do, is I would have never started having having taken benzos. And I had really bad anxiety, and I wasn't sleeping. I was pacing the halls. It was really bad. But I wish that I would have gotten something less potent than benzos. I really wish I would have done them as just something else. I really wish I never touched benzos. I really do. I really wish I never picked them up in my life. Just because they are so hard to come off of. I was on 2 milligrams of Valium when I stopped taking it. And that's a really, really low dose. But it still wrecked me. It riddled me with symptoms at that low of a dose. I was on 1 milligram of Klonopin, then switched to diazepam. But I did taper. So it's just a really scary medication. And if you did your research and you knew exactly what it was, and you decide to take it, then okay. But I would do as much research as you can before you take it. Because a lot of people on here, they will take it for the rest of their life because it's that hard to get off of. It's just one of the hardest. It's hard. Are you getting through, Tara? As long as you don't take it for a long time, you should be fine. So Vipras, I have someone on here, and I've heard this story a couple times. He took benzos for 15 days, and he's been off for 8 months, and he still has severe symptoms, and he was only taking them for 15 days. So there's really no safe, place when it comes to benzos. I've seen people take them for a couple days and they just have severe symptoms. So it just depends on your body. Yeah, no caffeine. Yeah. That's your favorite drink, Tim? Caffeine, Dr. Pepper? Yeah, it's my favorite. Caffeine doesn't bother me, but I don't drink coffee. I drink Diet Coke. Oh, okay. So caffeine doesn't make you have terrible insomnia, Mary? That's what it kind of makes me spaz out and have really bad insomnia. Such sound advice. That's why we are here, because of you. Thank you so much. You're awesome, Donna Marie. Thank you. Andrew, look into any holistic option before taking Xanax. Yes. Look into every other option. I definitely would. Totally agree, Tofu. Oh, wow. Yeah, they say if you take it for more than 2 weeks, you could become dependent, but I've seen people become dependent with less time. Hi, Sohan. I don't know. Yeah, been off for a week and a half so far, and the freaking sucks. The anxiety is endless. But yeah, been prescribed for 8 years, but I dealt with social anxiety and agoraphobia, ADHD, insomnia, etc. Shit like that, but yeah. it did you cold turkey, Terrence? Or I just can't get comfortable when I do these lives. I don't know why. Did you cold turkey or did you taper? Hi, Barbara. How are you? I'm actually doing okay. I'm starting to see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. My symptoms are they vary so much. One night I might have like a lot of jerking and uncomfortable and headaches, and the next day it's way less, and then it goes up and down so much. But definitely seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and feeling like there's some stuff to hope for. Hanging in there. It isn't easy. It sucks though. Even though I was on a taper, never abused though, but recently they took me off. So they took you off. How much were you on? And so then you went cold turkey because they just took you off. How much did they take you off of? Hi, Ryan. Why can't I just take my prescription for the rest of my life? If getting off is so horrible, then isn't it best for you to stay on? So, my doctor wanted me off. Many doctors want their patients off. And then pharmacies were having a hard time filling it. Once a doctor wants you off of it, you can't just shop around to a different doctor because then it looks like you're shopping around. So it gets really sketchy. After a while, the pill was doing nothing, so you have to up it. And then the benzo was starting to create insomnia. So I was having problems with it. And then you come to where your doctor doesn't want you on it. They want to lower your dose. So if you have a doctor that is going to prescribe you that same thing and you're going to have no issues for the rest of your life. But I was always afraid that not only will they rip you off of it or lower you, fast, I was just afraid that how I felt was in somebody else's hands all the time. If they just didn't want you to take it, that's it. You don't have a say. And the doctors pull their patients off all the time. Or they say, you're on 6 milligrams, I'm going to give you 3 milligrams. You're there to tough it out. So if you want to stay on that for the rest of your life, you just hope and pray that your doctor agrees with you and will leave you on it for the rest of your life. I mean, if you find a good doctor and they retire or something happens, and then you have to find another doctor and they don't agree with it, they change it up. And that's something that really scared me. It really scared me how I felt. Like I wanted to taper at my own speed, and that's why I just did it on my own terms. But yeah, if people stay on it for the rest of their lives and the doctors do it and everything goes well, then yes, I could see why people do that. But just there's a lot of opiate stuff, and doctors are not prescribing opiates. They're not prescribing benzos. They're just, it's weird out there right now. My cousin takes it for public speaking, and it works wonders for situation anxiety, like once a month. It may work, but still a scary drug. Yeah, so the once a month, you're pretty okay. Just do your own research. If you choose to start the drug or stop it or whatever, just do your own research. I would definitely say before you start it, really look into it and make sure it's something that you want to do. Yes, basically cold turkey right now. Just been taking like ashwagandha. I have that too, supplement. And I smoke medical weed here and here and there. It helps a little bit, but yeah, sucks. And yeah, you're on Klonopin. How many milligrams were you on, Terrence? Time to time may be okay. I'm just not a fan from standing by and watching someone go through what Aaron has gone through. Well, thank you, honey. Yeah, I've woken him up in the middle of the night and said, just talk to me, sit with me, hug me. He had to wash my hair because it had been 2 weeks since I ate. I think it was week 2. And I had to take a shower, and he helped me. He washed my hair because I was so weak. So it's, and that's on a extremely low dose. So I just keep going back to do your own research, and see what works for you. That's kind of my situation. I can't get off the medication. I wish I could just accept that I have to be on Ativan for the rest of my life. Yeah, it's a tough one. Once you're on a 6 milligram, you feel trapped. You feel stuck. That's hard. And recently tapered with Xanax, but it was helping for a good while. But it started off with 8 milligrams to 6 milligrams a day, but at times I mostly took less in general to be safer. Lower would be like 2 milligrams minimum. Yeah, when I started tapering and I had like the 1 milligram, it was easier to taper at a higher dose. It was really hard to taper as I got lower. That's when I really felt it. I'm always impressed how people get off of benzos. You know what's funny is I was always afraid of reinstating. And so once I stopped taking it and things got pretty awful, I was more afraid of reinstating it and having a symptom of that than just staying off of it. So I think one of the biggest reasons why I was able to get off of it and follow through is because reinstating it gave me a lot of fear. It gave me more fear than staying off of it. Because I've heard horror stories of people reinstating drugs. So that's just what was in the back of my mind. And I'm so thankful I had that in the back of my mind because it stopped me from ever taking anything, just I was okay. I barely take any prescriptions, personal choice, but listening to you all, I feel more convinced than ever. Big Pharma doesn't give a crap about people. Yep, you got that right, Tofu. Hi, Waves, how are you? Please give me good news that you're doing a little bit better. And most doctors don't care either. I know. It's so sad. 8 milligrams to 4 milligrams or so helped, but mostly normal and helped. But yeah, the doctors don't really care. And then basically my insurance, I have to switch. But yeah, they're trying to look for a new doctor though. Yeah, I would be very careful. So like when you're trying to look for a new doctor, before you lock it in and get that prescription, that first prescription from that doctor, make sure that you and the doctor are on the same page. Because if you see a new doctor and then that doctor says, I only want to give you half of this prescription, and you're like, no, that doesn't work for me. And then you have that script that you filled, and then you see a different doctor, it's called doctor shopping or shopping around or whatever. So just be really careful that once you find another doctor, that doctor is going to be there for you, and you're not going to have to like bounce around to doctors. Because they can like blacklist you too. They could feel like you're doing shopping around or whatever, and then like blacklist you where you can't get that medication. I don't think it's often, but just be very careful with getting it prescribed from a couple different doctors back to back or something like that. I was out of Zopiclone for sleep after antidepressant withdrawal. Within weeks, I was having what I know now is interdose withdrawal and was then taking benzos. So Zopiclone within weeks. So after the Zopiclone, you started taking the okay. How are you doing now? Is it just like you just have to wait it out? Yeah, if I go a few days without Ativan, I don't eat, I don't sleep, I don't shower, I cannot get out of bed, shaking like crazy, sweating. Yeah, that came on. I think the first 5 days I was relatively okay, and then everything hit me, and it was tremors, shaking, freezing, sweating, insomnia, muscle spasms. I mean, it was just so intense. Never knew Zopiclone was like a benzo. Started having SI, then further polydrugged. Oh, okay. It was the drugs all along. Over 3 years of my life lost. Oh, I remember you talking about the polydrug. Okay. Okay, that makes sense now. The mental health out here in New York sucks. I could imagine it would suck out there. I don't think it's that great anywhere, but like, especially in New York. My doctor wants to put me on an SSRI while tapering, and I really don't want to. So Donna Marie, my doctor did that to me. That's how I got on amitriptyline. So I was on the benzo for 7 years, and I was trying to taper 5 years ago. So they put me on amitriptyline to act as a buffer and to come off the benzo first. So I started taking it because I was like, I'm just gonna listen to her. Like, she tells me that it's awful. She was on a benzo too. And so I started taking it. And when I started weaning off was 5 years after that, because I was just scared. And I would simultaneously cut back from I'm talking a little bit, just a little bit at a time. The amitriptyline I cut back, the benzo I would cut back. The amitriptyline I'd cut back, the benzo I would cut back. And that really helped me. I don't think it helps everybody, but that really helped me. It wasn't until I was done with the amitriptyline that I was down to 4 milligrams of Valium. And then that's when things kind of got tricky. But in my opinion, having the antidepressant really helped me. But for people who have severe symptoms, it might add to their symptoms. So it's a hit or miss, honestly. Like, you don't really want to add new drugs if you don't need to. So it's hard. Plus, I appreciate you in general. And I bet that his hard times explain haven't slept. It takes sweating, freaking out, shit like that. And I suffer in silence most of the times. I'm trying to do my best. Honestly, Terrence, you have to give yourself like some grace and know that you're not doing this. This is something that's just happening, and that you're going to be okay with yourself. You have to advocate for yourself, and you're going to be okay. Like, you have to do what you have to do. And I'm a big people pleaser, but I can't be right now. Like, I'm not okay to do that. Thank you, Tofu. Now I won't. That's why I'm here, to get the truth. I don't trust doctors anymore. Yeah, I know. I don't either. I'm really, really skeptical. I'm really skeptical. Once I get off of, once I feel normal for like 6 months, like really good for 6 months, totally back to myself and normal, then I'm going to start tapering off of the trazodone. But I am on the lowest dose, and everything that I've done research-wise says that it's pretty easy to come off of. So that's my next goal. And then I'm never going to take medicine again, unless it's like blood pressure or whatever. But I'm only on trazodone now, so one medication. And hopefully I can get off of that and be just absolutely done with medicine. Absolutely. Tofu is married. Yeah. To push through, even though I feel like I can't do anything, like barely move, to shower, eat, or muscle pains, and like etc. But notice I've been killing time each day, freaking like I can't even do anything. You feel like that for a while, and you just have to give yourself grace. You just have to know, like my therapist told me, don't even think a week down the road or a month down the road. Think 5 years down the road where you want to be. You might have to, sacrifice the time right now to be able to be 100% in the future. And I love that analogy because even though I feel lazy and I feel like I can't do much right now, I'm still doing some things that are important, but down the road I'm gonna be good. Ah, I'm imagining Tofu sitting there with a big red eject buzzer button. That's hilarious. Yes, to get off diazepam, I'm on 6 milligrams. Go, Donna Marie, go, go. The the eject button. That's so funny, Waves. I'm so sorry. You're still suffering. Just handle whatever you can and don't worry about the rest. Things will fall into place little by little. Before you know it, you'll start feeling better. Yeah, I completely agree with that. And if you feel better one day, you get what you can done. And, people with mental health problems, depression, anxiety, bipolar, they have to, on their good days, they have to do whatever to be able to not do much on their bad days. So many people have to just they just have to be. They can't be constantly moving and being accomplished, and sometimes you just have to lay down and write it out. And you just have to give yourself you have to give yourself um the okay to do that. Like, it's okay to do this. Like, for 3 months I've laying down, doing laundry, laying down, taking my kids here, laying down. And at the end of the day, when I feel like, oh my God, I didn't do much, but you know what? I'm healing and I'm trying to be okay again. And that's just how you just have to be okay with it. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm okay with it. Be proud of you though. And at least you got off of it. Blessed for that. I wish a doctor gave it to me, TBH, and recently was on Valium a month ago, but was on it for a month. But yeah, it's easier said than done. Yes, easier said than done to get off of it. Thinking of getting Xanax or Klonopin for severe public speaking anxiety. I sweat profusely, racing heart, and choked up. Literally a quivering mess. Is it a good idea? College presentations suck. So I actually just addressed this with somebody else, and if it were me, because I'm not giving advice, I'm not giving medical advice. I'm not giving you advice. If it was me, this is what I would do. If I had to do all over, I would have never touched benzos. I just wouldn't have touched them. Or if it was so severe, I would have taken like one a month or one every 2 months, something that dramatic. But I would be so careful, do your own research. But if I had to do it all again, I would have never touched them. No matter what, I would have never touched them. They can destroy your life. I've had people on here that it's destroyed everything they have. They lost their family, they lost their job, they lost friends, they lost everything. And all because they started taking it, which was not even their fault. But just do your own research and be very careful. Just stopping in, warm hug and hearts. Thank you. I am the Noise Opera. Thank you, thank you. Good to have you here. Even if you're just stopping by, a big, big, big hug. If I had just been on benzos and was feeling like I do now, I'd have opted for another med. But so many meds made me much, much worse. What I've learned is feeling intolerant can feel like a cakewalk in retrospect. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely would. I definitely would do your own research and try holistic or try anything else than medicine. talk therapy, just try it all. Try. I'm not saying there are not people out there that need it because they can't function, they can't do anything, but just try all those avenues first. Bennett, a friend used to take properanol for this very reason. It can help stop the physical anxiety symptoms. Is that a dependent drug? Oh, it's a beta blocker. Okay. Yeah, it's a safer, there's a lot of safer drugs um than benzos. There's a lot of drugs that have a similar reaction without being so bad. I mean, think about, you're taking this pill, and if you don't take it, you get XYZ. That can't be good for you. Like, the fact that your whole body stops working if you don't take this drug, like, that can't be good. So yeah, just do your own research and don't just be quick to take these pills. I'm off for 2 years, feeling great now. Keep on fighting those bad days. Good days will come. Thank you, Simon. I think everybody in here needed to hear that. It gives everybody hope, yeah. Simon, how long until you started feeling better, functional human? Yeah, functional. I think that's the key word, is how long until you're functional. After a few months, it is a long process. You have to be patient. But the good thing is it's possible to feel normal again. Yeah. I think after a year, you feel much better already. Whew, a year. Yikes. I mean, a year in a 60, 70 year time frame is a drop in the hat, but when you're going through it, it feels overwhelming, but you know that there is hope at the other side. That's exactly what I keep telling Aaron. You are walking proof that there is light at the end of the tunnel, at this messed up tunnel. Yeah. Simon, I'm 13 months. I am 13 months off and still severe, but I think a lot of my life circumstances also. So Waves, I think a lot of your circumstances, your life circumstances absolutely is contributing, because if I'm feeling, if I have an argument with somebody or stressed out in any way, my symptoms are really strong. And it's just, I have to be peaceful, relaxed for the most part. Like, I have to just calm myself down and just try not to be angry or mad or whatever, because it's just too much. The problem is that these pills work, and some people truly need them. Some people quit due to the shame or guilt, but quitting these drugs should not be a race. Take it slow. Yes, yeah, that's the key. Take it slow. And like I said, if you need these drugs, I agree. If you need them, you need them. But I would just suggest trying something else first, because you never know if you try massages and acupuncture and talk therapy, and to name some stuff. Like, you just don't know if you're able to kind of work through it. Yeah, if you need it, you need it, but I just think they give it out like Tic Tacs, and that's what upsets me, is that they give it out, they hand them out like Tic Tacs. And I do think that if you're given certain medications, you need to be advised on what exactly you're taking. So that's another thing. If somebody came to me and said XYZ happens, I would have been able to make a much better judgment on if I wanted to take it or not. If you want to take it after that, then that's up to you. But I wish we would have had more insight and more knowledge on the medication before we started taking it. Try to meditate also, and don't go back on benzos. I thought one more time I can do it again, but it kicked me back 2 months in the process. So leave the pills and be patient. Yeah, I agree. That's true. However, doctor give them out like candy. When even I like to believe when they do, people, it happens to get off of them. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I am just kind of like in a chill mood. This weekend was kind of busy, so I'm just kind of relaxing and just tired. Um, but I will see you guys. I'm going to do a video tomorrow, and then I'll see you guys Wednesday for a live, okay? All right, I'll talk to you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.